Hi everyone, this video is going to show you how to load the Fischione Model 2250 cryoholder. We're going to go through loading, unloading and retrieval of cryogrids after screening. So this is a view inside the loading station, and here's the end of the cryoholder being inserted and the shield being drawn back. And so this reveals the slot at the end of the holder where the grid's going to go. So to open the retention clip, you need to take the straight needle tool and insert this into the slot at the back of the retention clip and gently push downwards. This opens the clip, opening up the space for you to put your grid in the end of the holder. So now you want to pre-cool the tip of your tweezers and pick up your grid out of your grid box, moving that through the liquid nitrogen or in the vapor and inserting this in the end of the holder. Once you're happy with the position of the grid, you then want to close the retention clip. This is done with the bent needle tool. And the way that you do this is you pre-cool the end of the tool, and then you insert the tip into the space at the back of the retention clip where the spring is, and use the angle of the tool to gently press down upon the retention clip, which will slowly close over the grid. At this point, you then want to cover the grid with the shield, and you can remove the cryoholder from the loading station and insert that into the microscope. Once you finish your screening, you now want to unload your grid. So again, to open the retention clip, you use the straight needle tool, which you would need to pre-cool, and you insert this into the slot at the back of the retention clip and gently press down. And this opens the retention clip. You can then press on the silver button next to the grid slot, which pops your grid up inside of the end of the holder so that you can pick it up with the tweezers and put it back to storage. And to close the retention clip, you take the bent needle tool, cool it, insert the tip in the space behind the retention clip, and use the angle of the tool to press gently down on the retention clip and closing it. And then you can close the shield. So clearly there's some things to consider here. First of all is the delicate nature of the retention clip. It's made of very thin metal, so it's important that you're very gentle when you're opening and closing it and working around it. Secondly, the liquid nitrogen levels. You want the end of the cryoholder to be in liquid, and you want to be transferring your grid through liquid as much as possible. And finally, you want to be working very cleanly around the loading station. So it's important to wear gloves, and we recommend that you also wear a mask so that you don't breathe over the sample. So please check out our wet load video, which will hopefully show you a bit more about nitrogen levels and the differences that you find when you're actually working under liquid nitrogen.